The old house stood silent at the end of the street, its windows dark and shuttered. Maria had inherited it from her grandmother, along with a mysterious wooden box. As she stepped inside, the floorboards creaked beneath her feet, echoing through the empty rooms. With trembling hands, Maria opened the box. Inside lay a porcelain doll, its painted eyes seeming to follow her every move. The doll wore a faded red dress, its once vibrant color now dulled by time. A note tucked beside it read, "Never lend me out, never scream." That first night, strange things began to happen. As Maria unpacked in the kitchen, she heard a soft whimper coming from the living room. She rushed to investigate, but found nothing out of place. The doll sat motionless on the shelf where she had left it. Exhausted, Maria went to bed, but sleep eluded her. In the stillness of the night, she heard a faint scratching sound. It seemed to be coming from inside the walls, growing louder with each passing moment. She pulled the covers over her head, trying to block out the noise. The next morning, Maria called her boyfriend, Alex, to share her experience. "I think the house might be haunted," she whispered, glancing nervously at the doll. Alex laughed it off, suggesting it was just her imagination running wild in an unfamiliar place. But as the days passed, the incidents grew more frequent and unsettling. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut without warning, and Maria often felt as if she were being watched. The doll's eyes seemed to follow her wherever she went, its painted smile growing wider with each passing day. One night, as the clock struck midnight, an eerie silence fell over the house. Even the usual sounds of the neighborhood, barking dogs, passing cars, seemed to vanish. In the stillness, Maria heard a new sound, the slow, deliberate creak of wood, like someone taking careful steps across an old floor. Heart pounding, Maria crept out of bed to investigate. The hallway was pitch black, the darkness so thick she could almost feel it pressing against her skin. As she reached for the light switch, a cold breeze brushed past her, carrying with it the faint scent of lavender, her grandmother's favorite perfume. Suddenly, the lights flickered to life, revealing the doll standing at the end of the hallway. Its head was tilted at an unnatural angle, its eyes now pitch black and hollow. Maria's scream caught in her throat as the doll's porcelain lips parted, revealing rows of sharp, needle-like teeth. Maria stumbled backward, her mind reeling with terror.
Ah!
She blinked, and in that instant, the doll vanished. But its laughter echoed through the house, a high-pitched giggle that sent chills down her spine. From that night on, Maria was never alone in the house. She felt the doll's presence everywhere, in the shadows that danced on the walls, in the whispers that filled the silence, in the cold spots that appeared without warning. She tried to get rid of the doll, but it always found its way back, its smile wider and more menacing each time. Weeks turned into months, and Maria's fear gave way to a strange acceptance. She learned to live with the doll's presence, to ignore the scratching in the walls and the laughter in the dark. But deep down, she knew that one day the doll would claim more than just her sanity. As she sat in her grandmother's old rocking chair, the doll perched on her lap, Maria wondered if this was how it had always been meant to end. The house creaked and groaned around her, as if settling into its final resting place. And in the fading light of day, Maria closed her eyes, surrendering to the darkness that had been waiting for her all along. The doll's eyes gleamed in the twilight, its smile wider than ever before. And as night fell over the old house at the end of the street, a new chapter in its haunted history began, one that would be whispered about for generations to come. The end. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.